Blessed good morning to one and all. I'm going to do a video of Bridgetown this morning. Started from the Queen's Park, South Gate, North Gate, sorry, which is known as the Nelson Gate. So I'm in Bridgetown once again this morning, which is the country's capital. And I'm looking down towards the Queen's Park Gate. The Queen's Park. I'm looking up towards the Queen's Park. North Gate, which is known as the Nelson Gate. And I will proceed to walk through Bridgetown. So this was known as Crompton Street. This is known as Crompton Street here, and this is Constitution Road here. This is the entrance to the Constitution River Route Taxi and minibus terminal. This is where the buses go through, vans and buses go through from. Right here. Yeah.
Yes, young girl. I'm here. You guys?
So this is a busy Saturday morning. It's a busy Saturday morning here in town. So, looking up here towards the Constitution River, Constitution Road, and then I will walk down through Bridgetown. Looking straight into Queen's Park. And this is St. Michael's Row, right here. The name St. Michael's Row come about because of the cathedral. This is the van stand here. St. Michael's Row over here. So this is Church Village Green, heading by the Central Bank. So they're having a flea market or something up here. Heading towards the Central Bank. I won't go in the cathedral, but this is St. Michael's Cathedral here. Cross this road here now. The Central Bank here. Looking back towards Church Village Green. So this is the Central Bank here. The Central Bank of Barbados. Central Bank. This is the church. I won't go in the church. I want to show you guys the cemetery. And this is the old Masonic Lodge here. Central Bank of Adams Financial Center. And this was the site of the Harrison's College School. This was where Harrison's College School was originally, when it was established in 1733. Then it was later the Masonic Lodge. The Masonic Lodge was in here for a while, for a number of years. And then it later was acquired by the Central Bank. Now it is a property of the Central Bank, a part of the Central Bank, called Exchange, a place of mystery and discovery. I was planning not to go in this church anymore, but I will just show you guys the outside of the church. History of the church here. This is the Popular Discount Supermarket over here. I will only show you guys the graves. I'm not going in the church. Last time at that church, the organist wasn't nice, so I wouldn't. The organist wasn't too nice, so we're going to show you guys outside the church. I will show you guys the grave of Sir Thomas Gilbert Carter. Sir Thomas Gilbert Thomas Carter. His wife, Lady Gertrude Carter, was responsible for the layout of Queen's Park that I just showed you up the road. Sir Gilbert Thomas Carter was the Knight Commander of the most distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George. He was born in Topsham, Devon in 1848. He entered the Royal Navy in 1864. He became the Treasurer of the Gold Coast in 1879, Administrator of the Gambia in 1888, and of Lagos in 1890, of the Bahamas in 1898, and of Barbados in 1904, which island he so loved that he returned here to make his home when his official career was over, then on the 19th of January 1927 at Ilara Court. So, yeah. So I'm going to Tom Adams' grave shortly. I will show you the grave of one of our national heroes. This is the Reverend Thomas Gardiner, born 1858 and died in 1936. This is the Gardiner family grave, Roy Gardiner. And Thomas Gardiner. Reverend Thomas Gardiner and Cicely Constance Gardiner. Glenn Cherish Gardiner. Alan Spencer Gardiner and John Spence Gardiner. Ian Spencer Gardiner. This is the grave of Sir Grantley Herbert Adams, one of our national heroes. He was the father of Tom Adams, who was Barbados' second Prime Minister. Tom Grantley Adams is one of our national heroes. Born 1898 and died in 1971, he was the leader of the government and Premier of Barbados from 1946 to 1958, and Prime Minister of the West Indies from 1958 to 1962. His wife Grace is also laid to rest here. As I said before, he was Tom Adams' father. The grave of Sir Sidney Lancelot Martin, who was originally from Jamaica. He was born in 1918 and died in 1991. Sidney Lancelot Martin is from Jamaica. He was the poor Vice Chancellor of the University of the West Indies. KFL campus here in Barbados from 1965 to 1983. Principal of UB KFL campus from 1964 to 1983. His wife, Lady Martin, is also laid to rest here. She was the devoted mother of Richard, Roger, and Philip. So they don't bury people in this cemetery anymore except it is a by grave or a long-standing member. Beloved grandparents, James and Millicent, dear Uncle Roy, beloved father of Kenneth Manning, born 1910 and died in 1995. So this is the central bank over here. We'll do a short walk through the church yard. The grave of Tom Adams, who was Barbados' second Prime Minister, the son of Sir Grantley Herbert Adams, and he was the beloved husband of Genevieve and the father of Douglas and Rod Adams, Prime Minister of Barbados from 1976 to 1985. Tom Adams invented the Central Bank over here, and he invented the ABC Highway and the Spring Garden Highway, both in the 1980s, but sadly he did not live to see the Spring Garden, the ABC Highway completed because he died 4 years before the ABC Highway was completed. But that was Tom Adams' vision, plus the Spring Garden Highway, which is now the mighty Gwina Highway, were all his plans. So this is an Anglican cathedral. Alright, let me see if I can make my way. Oh, no. Inside the church, I'm not going in there. I'm not going in there. At least not today. So this is the grave of Gerald Hudson, who was the organist of this cathedral. I never see this grave before. Gerald Hudson was the organist of this cathedral, born in Lancashire, England on the 13th of October 1897 and died the 15th of January 1975. Organist from 1921 to 1974. His wife Gertrude, Ina Gertrude, also buried here. His mother Clara, and his sister. Never knew that our grave was there. Grave of one of our Governors General, Sir Dayton Harcourt Lyle Ward, who was the governor of Barbados from 1976 until his death in 1984. Sir Harcourt Dayton Lyle Ward was born the 16th of May 1909 and died 16th of January 1984. So that Harcourt Dayton Lyle Ward. These churches have so much history in them here. This is the south gate here, leading on to St. Michael's Road. And the grave of Sir Hugh Worrell Springer, who was the Governor General of Barbados. He's also a national hero. Sir Hugh Worrell Springer is another national hero that is laid to rest in this churchyard. Born the 22nd of June 1913 and died the 14th of April 1994. Governor General of Barbados from February 24th, 1984 to April 30th, 1990. He resigned as Governor General because of ill health. He passed away in April 1994 at age 80. Dorothy Springer, his wife, is also laid to rest here. So this is St. Michael's Row. Alright. Let me come out to this church now. Make my way downtown. Honestly, on a most favorable, better date, on another date, I will do another intense walk through this churchyard, like I always do. But not right now, not today. This is the head Anglican church in Barbados. This is Price Street here with the popular discount supermarket and the exchange, a place of mystery and discovery. And this is the Central Bank of Barbados. Once again, this was invented by, this was a plan of Tom Adams. This is Price Street here in Bridgetown. Price Street. Get the largest taxi stand here on Price Street. Popular discount supermarket and Airman Alley. The name Airman Alley came about because during slavery, the slaves couldn't go inside the church. So after the church, the slaves would say Amen. When the priest is finished preaching, that's how the name Airman Alley came about. Barbados flag and the Central Bank flag. Walking through Spice Street, head to Robert Street. This is a little restaurant here. So heading towards Robert Street. Back down. On to Robert Street now. On to Robert Street. It's now coming off of Spice Street. It says, on or near the site stood the Sessions House where the Parliament of Barbados first met in June 1639. This monument was erected to commemorate the 350th anniversary of Parliament that appeared by Right Honourable Lord Erskine Sandifer of Barbados on June 26, 1980. This is Robert Street. This is Lower Robert Street, downtown. Robert Street to lead you down, looking downtown. So this is our city here, Bridgetown. Central Bank. ECAF products. ECAF is the manufacturer of coffee, Morbi, and other beverages and spices and so on. ECAF here. We're looking downtown. So all here is rubber street. Looking back downtown. So this is our city, Bridgetown. Our city, our country's capital. Glasesco, which is a hardware store, is right here. Glasesco.
I don't know which is the right way. I don't think we go that way either. When we turn left,
So this is known as Critchlow Alley. Critchlow Alley. Which will take you back to the YMCA and so on. Back at Critchlow Alley, that will take you back to Pinford Street. This is a little small alley in town where you will find persons eating themselves regularly. Actually live through here too. Never go through the back here. A lot of attorneys at law and so on operate from up here. A lot of attorneys. Yeah. So this is Greenfields up here. A village in the city. On the YMCA car park. And this is YMCA camp. YMCA, I used to go to camp here. I used to go to camp here between 2003 and 2005. I went to camp here at YMCA. You can see the new court, Supreme Court over here. This yellow building in the background is the new Supreme Court. The land registry and so on is also there. So this is known as Pinford Street. So YMCA camp, I went to camp here at YMCA between 2003 and 2005. Clico Corporate Center is right here. So this is Pinford Street now in Bridgetown. Let me look back. Let me take my mind off the phone a little bit. You walk on a white building like it get destroyed by fire or something. This is Pinford Street now. raw sales warehouse. You can see the central bank in the background. That is supposed to be the tallest building in Barbados. And in the town area, it can be seen from miles away. We walk through to magazine lane. This is where Pro Sales Store is. A mural here depicting India in a Barbadian setting. India in a Barbadian setting. India in a Barbadian setting. You can see the old library. So this is the Montefiore monument here. So this way to Magazine Lane and back to Robert Street. This is the old National Library. The library vacated this building in 2005 because of what I was saying, environmental issues. And this is the old Supreme Court, which is now the Henry Ford and David Simmons Legal and Judicial Complex. So named after two politicians, Henry Ford and David Simmons. And the old library, the free library, the old National Library. I used to come to this library when I was a child to borrow books. So this is all Bridgetown. And back at the Central Police Station. What should So the old library here again. Alright, let me keep out the side and keep out there. This is the Jewish synagogue, which dates back to 1659, 1645 or something like that. The Jewish synagogue is closed right now. The Jewish synagogue here. This is the Central Police Station, the main police station in Barbados. Central Police Station. So this is the Central Police Station. Central Police Station. The head police station of all police stations in Barbados. Right here in Coleridge Street. This street was named after Bishop William Hart Coleridge, who was the Anglican bishop, the first Anglican bishop in Barbados. Bishop William Hart Coleridge. And this is the corner of James Street and Lucas Street. So this is the corner of James Street. This is James Street here. James Street here where the Methodist Church is. You can see some style buildings here as well. Back to this, Robert Street. and I want to go in the Woolworth store. So I would come this way. So this is not a synagogue lane here in town. Now heading on to Lucas Street. We're back at Central Police Station. The farmhouse, which has been an establishment here for years. Around the corner of Swan Street. At the corner of Swan Street. The Barbados Highway used to be here years ago. This is all Swan Street here, Swan Street, which is only open to pedestrian traffic. And this is Prince William Henry Street. This is Prince William Henry Street here, where Woolworth is. I want to stop in Woolworth, so I will close off the video. Another restaurant here. Woolworth store is over here. And this is Victoria Street at the back of Cape Shepherd store. And the Colonnade Mall here with the Costas Mall is. And this is Woolworth store here. So have a blessed afternoon. Thanks for watching.